All right, welcome, welcome.
Welcome back.
There we go. We got a happy Nick. It is
That's right.
wedding week.
It is big week. Big
There
week.
we go. So I would imagine with it being wedding week, you got to have a wedding lock of the week, right?
Oh, oh.
There's
You
a
know
lock
what? You know
reminder.
what? I will have one. I will have a lock for Saturday,
Okay,
and I will have a lock for Sunday once we get going, and I'll let you know what those are.
okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Well, we'll go ahead and get started. We're waiting on the picks to come through for last week.
Yep.
But Nick gained one on me, so I
Yep.
believe I'm still one up on you for the year, right?
Still one up on the year, but I did pick a game up. Thought I was gonna pick two up, but your Commanders came through, man. Representing.
Wow, crap,
Representing. Gotta love it. Gotta
left
love it.
up. So
All hail the
Jayden
Commanders.
Jayden Daniels, how about that?
Rookie
Like,
of the year, man. What we both picked him, right? Both offensive rookie of the year. We both took Jayden Daniels. So
did
I mean, right now you could easily say with the Bears lackluster offense that Caleb, especially with the offense that's surrounding him, and he's not doing half of what half of what Jayden Daniels is doing. How do you even compare the two right now? Jayden Daniels is heads above.
yeah. I mean,
So
a lot of it's coaching. I mean, I think that offense with Cliff Kingsbury, we're running
uh, it's,
smooth right
that's
now.
big time. That's big time. Honestly, and I mean a wild shot if this trend continues. Jaden Daniels is number one. Malik Neighbors could be your number two. Look what he did over the weekend, right? With finally throwing that man the ball. Look what he can do. Like that's why you drafted him.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. So it is it's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
Danny Dimes,
I
has
just you throw it to your weapons.
yeah,
That kid is a weapon. He's got sub 4.4 blazing speed. He's going to outrun any cornerback in the league. His route running looked amazing. That one touchdown in the back corner of the end zone, he shook the guy out of his shoes. Shook him
yeah.
completely out of his cleats.
All right, so I just got the picks in from last week.
Okay.
Uh, so we'll go through this real quick.
Yep.
I did starting with college football. I did have good old Rutgers to pull it out against Virginia Tech,
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Hell of a call there. Hell of a call.
and we had Illinois to cover against Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up winning.
Yep.
Uh, as a
Yep.
little bit of a preview into this week, Illinois is at Penn State on the Saturday night.
Ooh.
Guess how many points Penn State is favored by?
Against
19,
Illinois.
19 points. Way too many points.
Taking Illinois with the points again, right?
Hammer of the week is Illinois with the points.
Okay. There's Kevin's hammer of the week. I got it. I
Even
like it.
though it's
I
a
like it.
even though it's a whiteout and it's Penn State on a Saturday night, I think
Hmm.
Illinois is.
Make sure you're writing that down because we're gonna circle back to it. Make sure you write it down.
All right, let me get my pen out
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go ahead
I'm used to being the note taker during these sessions. Now
and
you got to step in for me.
cover 19 at Penn State. All right, so that's my big one. And then I had USC to win, which ended up they shit the bed. I started to feel much different about that as we got into Friday and Saturday.
Hmm.
And Michigan's going to come out and punch them in the mouth. And
That was one of
it,
my big hits this weekend. Yeah, I faded you on that one. I took Michigan with the
smart
four and a
man,
half points. Yep, took Michigan with the points, and I had the overs, and luckily those couple touchdowns there at the end covered the overs for me.
smart man.
So that was a nice little win for me.
That I had the two that we already talked about parlayed with that,
Oh,
and I wish I wouldn't have.
damn,
But
damn.
what it is, live and learn, live and learn. We're on to this week. So
Yep,
um
yep.
so we'll go through real quick our picks from last week. We both had the Jets on Thursday night, which won. Um, we had Pittsburgh and the Chargers.
You. You had Pittsburgh. What a call.
I did.
Hell of a call.
You know,
Did you know Herbert was hurt? Did you know that going into that week?
I'm not sure if I was aware of it at that point, but I knew it later in the week. Uh,
Yeah, I had no idea when we made our picks that Herbert had an high ankle sprain, which is deadly for quarterbacks because you can't plan at all.
especially,
So he ended up coming out, and I think like the third quarter. I mean, game was over by then, really. Anyway, Pittsburgh had just purely dominated defensively, but overall, I mean, it was Herbert didn't even make a factor, so it didn't matter whether he was hurt or not. So hell of a call by you. That was you going one up on me on the early window.
and that was Pittsburgh's home opener. So that was what kind of,
That's the reason that pushed you. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
I remember you saying that.
so we both had Houston, which boy were we wrong, and we had them to cover.
Yeah.
Um, so
Ouch.
I
Ouch. Now, okay, so let's talk. Is Minnesota are they? Sam Darnold got knocked out. Hopefully he comes back because he's having a hell of a season, but is Sam Darnold the real deal?
certainly looks,
Talk about another comeback player of the year candidate right there.
yeah. KOC is head coach there, quarterback whisperer.
Yep. Yep.
Brian Flores running the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Look
He's
good.
got the defense running,
Humming.
running.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep. You go up against an offense like Houston and embarrass them like that. It was yeah. That was a very humbling moment for CJ Stroud. I'll say that. He looked like a defeated man in that game.
I'm telling you, my Titans AFC South pick isn't looking all that bad with Houston 1-2 right now. I know the Titans look god awful right now, but that could be
Come
the
on, come on, bro.
season. But anyway, um,
You're gonna hang on to that till like week 7 when they're 1-6, and then you're gonna finally be like, I don't think they have a shot.
holding on to it now.
But
There's
yeah, hold on to it at least another week or two.
yeah. We had New Orleans and Philly. I had New Orleans to cover,
Okay.
which I don't think they did, as I think they were favored, right?
They were the favorite. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep. I had Philly though. I took Philly to win.
yep.
So that was this is when the mid end of the back end of the 1 o'clock window going into the 4 o'clock window is when I started running away from you. And then you caught back up in the late games.
Yeah. I mean, I think anyone would have thought the overs was going to hit in that game.
They
And
mentioned it. They mentioned it on there. It was. I mean, if there was a total of. I think there were a total of 10 points in the whole first half.
yeah,
7. It was
7-3.
New Orleans had 7 and Philly had 3.
Yeah. So,
So yeah, everyone lost a lot of money betting the overs on that one. That's for sure. Especially when you got a team who scored 90 points in the first two weeks. I mean, they could have covered the overs by themselves, but yeah, ended up being a huge defensive battle.
yeah. So I think, both good teams there. The next one we had was probably maybe, I don't know if I would call it the biggest upset of the day. Um, Denver beat Tampa. And
Not the biggest upset, but second biggest upset.
we had Tampa covering 6.5. So we both had that one and we're wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, I had my Tennessee Titans against the Packers. Was wrong. Um, Good pick with the Packers. Malik Willis comes back and takes it to his old team. Uh,
So so let me ask you. Let me pull to the side real quick. Does Miami send a package to Green Bay for him?
no,
No.
no, I don't think so.
Okay, because
I,
there's a ton of rumors floating around right now with Miami about who they're going to go after for quarterback. I mean, Joe Flacco's name's been brought up from Indianapolis, Malik Willis from Green Bay. You got Russell Wilson from Pittsburgh. I mean, all those guys' names are floating around right now, and you know, the one name you haven't heard, I haven't heard since the big injury to Tua was Tannehill, who's a free agent. They wouldn't have to give up anything for him. So.
yeah, you would think that that would make sense. The other thing, the Commanders got Mariota. Mariota, the Dolphins could, you know, work as well. especially with how Jayden Daniels has looked so far. Like they're
Yeah, I'm barring an injury, I don't see Mariota seeing the field whatsoever.
yeah, but I think I don't know. I think this NFL right now is different. I think teams are seeing the value in having that backup quarterback. I think it's going to be harder for people to get rid of their back.
Yeah, oh no, it would take something. It would take like a third round pick, I would think at least.
Yeah, and so with all the injuries we've seen and stuff, so but we also had we had Cleveland on the Giants, which was that one.
Giants
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 won.
put them down. Yep.
Yeah, so I did have the Giants to cover, so I had that at least, but I didn't pick them. Um, and then I had the Bears. You had the Colts. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you had that one.
Colts pulled that one out.
Yep. I mean, the Bears almost came back and made that interesting. Um, and then we both chose the Raiders. I did call Carolina covering. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, the Red Rocket came back to strike again. What does that say about Bryce Young? I mean, is he a phony? I mean, what is it? I mean, Andy Dalton commanded that offense like he was like he was Tom Brady coming out of retirement or something. I mean, he
yeah,
lit them up.
it was certainly something to watch.
Yeah. Yep.
The Raiders, as Antonio Pierce said, we're making some business decisions out there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. He was not happy about the way some of them guys finished the game, that's for sure.
yeah. And then we both had Seattle, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which, let's see, I'm going back through week 2 right now.
You're good.
Yeah, Seattle won in overtime.
Mm. Yep.
Uh, those Patriots are feisty.
They
Uh,
are. They are.
so, um, oh, that's the
I thought that was week
That was the
one.
wrong
Yeah,
week.
that
Week.
was week one.
Um, Seattle at Miami. So
Miami. Yeah.
or Miami at Seattle. So I think we both saw the writing on the wall there. No Tua.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins are done.
Yep.
Not going to win another game unless they do something at quarterback.
Correct.
Or play the Carolina Panthers.
Well,
But you
I
know,
don't know. I don't know if Andy Dalton's starting. I'm taking the Panthers on that one.
yeah. So, which I think I said last week, the Panthers may not win another game um, all year, and
Yeah, that came back to bite you.
yeah, so it is what it is. Next, we had the old Baltimore Ravens at the Cowboys, um, and
Yep.
we both had Baltimore.
Both had Baltimore. They wanted. They wanted to lose it. They
They
tried to lose it. They tried to lose the game. Tried to.
play to win the game, but
That
um,
they not in the fourth quarter. They don't. Not in the fourth quarter. How do you have a 3 touchdown lead and all of a sudden you get okay? And we gave up the first onside kick of the season.
I texted you. I was like, "Are the Ravens about to give this one away?"
Yep.
Uh,
And what did I tell you? Harbaugh will not make it. He will not be allowed on that plane home. He will not. Did you see? Did you see the video of Marlon Humphrey doing the Instagram live on the plane home, and Lamar was like,
we shouldn't
"Cut
be
it
doing.
off."
Yeah,
Yep. Shouldn't be doing that.
I like that.
Yep. I agree. I agree. I mean, these guys just aren't focused enough. I guess I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, yep. Next, we had the Cardinals. Or the Lions at the Cardinals, and Detroit won. I picked Arizona there just to be different, but I honestly thought they had a shot. But Detroit pulls another one out. Um, you know,
Yeah, I had a bad feeling about that one, and of course, Kate, gave me a dirty look when I didn't go make her bet for her. So that one's on me. I took the hand up accountability on that one, but yeah, I don't know. They handled that fairly well.
yeah, and probably I guess maybe do we say this is the biggest upset of the week? The uh, Niners at the Rams, and the Rams pull it out.
The
We both,
comeback,
we both
the
had that.
comeback, the way that they did, right? Yeah, I don't, with all the injuries and everything that they had. I mean, but that's why I took the Rams week 1 because they play their division so tough, and
Hmm.
they ended up getting blown out against Arizona. And I'm like, all right, maybe they are chokers. And then all of a sudden they do this again. Well, this is back to back bad losses from San Francisco. So after that huge blowout win week 1 against the Jets, and now it's like it's hard to pick these games anymore. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what team's going to come out there from one week to the next.
But I mean, in San Francisco, you have no Debo, no Christian McCaffrey. The injuries are mounting up there as well. But
Yeah,
uh,
but their defense isn't injured. Why are they giving up so many points? I mean, they're giving up a ton of points. They gave up 4 touchdowns.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So against an offense that had no more than just Matt Stafford. That's and Kieran Williams, but he didn't do very much. But you're missing Cup, you're missing Puka, and yeah, I don't know. Once again, a team doesn't finish in the fourth quarter because San Francisco had the lead,
Yep.
and they could not finish in the fourth quarter. So I know that was one that Kate was watching. She was flipping back and forth between that and the Detroit game. She goes, "I can't believe they come back and won." I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And then we had the Sunday night game, Kansas City at Atlanta. And man, if the Falcons kick a field goal there instead of go for it on fourth down, and then they get the ball back again and go down and kick a field goal, they win.
I
So,
just with the way that they played Philly, I had a feeling that's why I took Atlanta, thinking that they were going to beat you took the Chiefs, and that's what got you another game back up on me. But I mean, I really just thought that it was going to be. I thought Atlanta at home, and all off the momentum that they had from beating Philly, I really thought that they were going to be able to pull that out. And once again, like you said, taking the points over going for it on fourth down, it's like stop using this analytical BS and start just put points on the board.
yep.
Put points on the board.
And that Chiefs
So
defense, though, that Chiefs defense they stood up when they needed to.
yeah, yeah, yep, yeah. Spagnola down there. I mean, he has more Super Bowls as a coordinator than I think any other coach in the NFL. Or I think in maybe in NFL history because he's been the defensive coordinator for I think every Super Bowl that they've gone to and won now at this point.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive by him. And he does. I mean, he's got to get offers, but he doesn't. I guess he just doesn't want to leave. He's got a cake job down there. They give him whatever he wants pretty much on defense.
Hmm. And then we had the Monday night games. We had the first one, Jacksonville at Buffalo. Buffalo absolutely dominated. We both had
That
Buffalo.
was yeah. That was Buffalo handled the overs by themselves on that one.
Yeah. So um, Buffalo looks good.
Hmm.
Jacksonville, they're in trouble. Um,
Big trouble. Big trouble because they just gave Trevor Lawrence all that money, and
yep.
he is not showing whatsoever why he deserves to have that money. So I hate to say it. I mean, they might get another huge overhaul again. They might, fire the coaches, fire the GM, whatever whatever they're gonna. I mean, that's
That was the
that's
other
that's
thing.
another
Poorly coached, so undisciplined. Not
very.
up,
Yep.
it's not where you want to be. But
No. Nope.
um,
Nope.
I had so then we had the Commanders at the Bengals, and that was my hammer of the week was Washington to cover 7.5.
Yes, it was.
They more than covered.
Yes, they did.
The only
Yes, they
team
did. They brought home the dub. Yes, they did.
the only team in the Super Bowl era to go 2 weeks without punting and without turning the ball over.
I did not know that stat. That's a fun stat. That's
Yep.
impressive. Wow.
Um, man, it is an exciting time to be a Commanders fan.
Commanders fan.
We've
Sure.
not had this level of excitement since the RG3 era, which,
What did you text me Monday night that you're so excited to get your heart broken again or
yeah, I
something
was like
like
ready to be
that?
heartbroken again. So which I applaud you for. That's where I'm at. I'm ready.
Yep.
Uh, you know, Ready to get back into it, and the last 5 years have been brutal.
Rough. Very
Uh,
rough. Oh yeah.
there's hope now for
Yep.
sure.
I think so. I think
So
so. You keep adding weapons around him. You keep the defense stout. You give them a little bit more O line help, and I think I mean, Philly's going to run its course just because of how much money they got poured into only a handful of guys. Dallas, we all know that they can be a dumpster fire whenever they need to be, and who knows what the Giants are doing. I don't think the Giants know what the Giants are doing as far as either rebuilding or what they're doing. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Um, so with that, that was a crazy week 3. And this, the first 3 weeks of this season have been somewhat unpredictable. So
Very,
probably more
very.
more so than we remember. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but we also had before we get into the picks for this week, we also had the Orioles clinching last night,
Yep.
which is good.
Yep.
So
Yep.
uh, yeah, that is awesome. That I think there's less expectation right now going into the playoffs,
Sure. Than it
uh,
was last year.
which
Sure.
I think if we come into that wild card round, which I think they're going to end up being in,
Yeah.
uh, you know, and they get hot, we could be
Ho-
dangerous, and it
hopefully.
builds confidence for the future. Even if we win the wild card series and get into that next round,
Yep.
it gets that group more experience, and we're building for the future.
Yep. Yep,
So
I agree. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I think we might even get we might be the team that gets overlooked by the team that we play in the wild card, and we come out and shock them, and then I don't see us beating the Yankees in a 5 or 7 game series. And I don't see us beating Cleveland in a 5 or 7 game series, but some of these other wild card teams, I do see us coming out on top of and everything like that in a 3 game series.
yeah, you get
So,
burnt
but
out there, and they, you know, we probably win too. You know,
yeah, sure, sure.
um,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think we get swept again, but whoever we play, whenever we play, I don't think we get swept again this year. But the expectations were so high last year because we won the division, we won over 100 games. This year we've so many battles, so many this, so many that. Brandon Hyde said it best. You posted the video on Instagram earlier. Everything that they went up against, and they still managed to make the playoffs. It's so impressive by him, by the team, all them guys.
absolutely. And look at who's hot right now, Colton Cowser. Holy shit, is he hitting the ball?
Rookie of the year, AL Rookie of the Year.
So,
Yep.
uh, anyway, we're gonna move on for the sake of time. We'll go through the college slate real quick. I just picked 4 out
Okay.
of uh, out of the games this week. Uh,
Okay.
we have Maryland at Indiana. Indiana got the coaches from JMU. JMU had been a really good program over the last number of years.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana's off to a really hot start. Indiana's favored by 6.5. I like Maryland to cover the 6.5 and
Ooh.
possibly even win that game. So
Okay.
um,
Okay.
that's my kind of sleeper. Maybe it's a homer pick. It is what it is. Um, Next on Saturday, we have Louisville at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is favored by 5.5. I kind of like Louisville here, but that one's an interesting one for sure.
Sure.
And then
Sure.
we have probably the game of the week,
Oh
Georgia
no, Georgia.
at Bama.
You
Uh,
ready for my lock?
yeah, let's go.
You ready for my wedding week lock?
Let's hear it.
Bama all day. Bama
Roll, motherfucker.
with the
Tide.
unders.
Yep. I don't know about the under. I like Bama though. Money line.
Unders. Unders.
All right.
Bama money line with the unders.
Okay.
Yep. It's going to be a defensive battle.
There you go. I like it. And I think Trump is even going to be at the game, from what I saw.
I
So,
love that.
um, isn't that something? I would have. Yeah, we're not going to get into politics. Uh,
No, no.
Illinois at Penn State. Again, Penn State is favored by 19. I love Illinois to cover here.
Sure. Yep.
Possibly
Yep.
even shock them and upset them. I
Yeah.
think Penn State's offense leaves a lot to be desired. Illinois is going to keep it close. and go in there and maybe shock them on a whiteout on a Saturday night.
Like that. I like that. I like that.
I think 19 points is just way too many for that. But moving on to the uh, NFL slate for Week
Yep.
4. We have the Cowboys at the Giants Thursday night. Um, the Giants have been feisty the last couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and Dallas has left a lot to be desired. I think they may have found something there in the fourth quarter against the Ravens, though. Um, so, with that being said, Dallas is favored by 6. I like Dallas to win. Um, I like the Giants to cover 6, but I like Dallas to win.
I like Dallas to win. I like Dallas to cover.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Dallas comes back out and makes a statement this week.
All right. I'm just writing this down.
Yep.
Cover. Okay. And then we have on to Sunday, we have the Saints at the Falcons. And the Falcons are favored by 1.5. Um, it's in Atlanta. Um, I am gonna go Saints.
I have to join you on that one.
Okay.
I have to join you. Yeah, I think that was a very disappointing loss to Philly. I think the Saints are for real. Um, even though like we both said, Atlanta has played very very well the past 2 weeks. They were my pick to win that division, but I think the Saints take this one, and then the Falcons are going to get them later in the year during their second matchup.
And then here's the thing too. This game, the over is 42.5. I think you got to look at the over on this game too.
Sure, sure, absolutely, you have to, 100%.
And then we have the Rams at the Bears. It's a 1 o'clock game at Chicago. Um, I'll let you go first if you've got a handle on this one.
Duh, Bears. I'm going duh, Bears. Yep, I think they pull it out at home. I think Caleb Williams gets another win this year as a rookie. So, and I think I think Chicago's defense holds them, holds Matt Stafford under control.
You know,
So,
I think you're right. I think you're right. I'm going Bears.
yep,
Um, so I think the over on this one's 40.5. I think that's probably pretty close.
yeah, it'll probably be a 21-17 kind of score.
Yeah. So next we got the Vikings at the Packers. Packers are 2.5 point favorites.
I think Packers. I think I'll take Packers.
Is Jordan Love going to be back this week?
I'm sitting here watching ESPN. He was stretching on the field and everything, so I believe he might be.
Okay.
Yeah, so give me Green Bay.
You know what? I'm going to go Vikings. I think I'm going to get
Like it.
by this, but I'm
4-0. Okay.
I'm going Vikings. I think they've got something going right there. Wait, did you say Darnold was out? Got put out of that game?
He did get injured. Yeah. Yeah. But I haven't read any other reports or seen anything else about it, but he did get injured and knocked out of the game.
Screw it. I'm still going Minnesota. Uh,
Skull, baby. Skull.
Pittsburgh at the Colts. I'm going Pittsburgh.
I think Indy pulls this one out.
All right.
I'm going this is the week where there's going to be no more undefeateds possibly. So that's 2 picks in a row that we're getting rid of two.
That did that. I just got a
What?
call. Did that break us up?
No, you're good. You're live.
Son of a bitch. That stopped recording.
It's still recording on my side.
Okay. All right. I see it recording now. Going back again, so we may just have to loop it together. But
I'm at 29 minutes and 40 some seconds on my side.
oh, awesome. There
Yep.
we go.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Mine started over. So
Oh
uh
boy.
we So we'll see what happens here.
Sounds good.
Um,
Sounds good.
uh,
But yeah, give me Indy over Pittsburgh. You're going Pittsburgh.
okay. All right. I
That's where we
got
left
that.
off.
I also like the under on this game, 40.5. I'm still going to take the under.
Yeah. Yeah. I think another 21-17 something like game.
Yep. And then we got Denver at the Jets. I'm going Jets.
Give me Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Yep. Yep.
All right. And then we got Philly at Tampa Bay. You think Philly found something last week?
I think Philly's going to keep rolling. Yeah.
Okay.
And they might get AJ Brown back this week. So I'm trying to keep that in mind that these last 2 weeks they've been without AJ Brown.
Brrr. Give me Philly as well. All right. And then we got um, the Bengals at the Carolina Panthers. The dumpster fire game of the week. Um, I'm
Give me
going
Cincy.
Cincinnati. Yep.
Give me Cincy.
I mean, I think the Cincinnati's first 3 weeks, their offense is unstoppable right now, or at
Mm.
least our defense couldn't stop them, which they can't stop many people. But um, I think Joe Burrow too much for the Panthers. I
Yeah.
think that's a
Yeah.
week full of they've got tape on Andy Dalton and how the offense looks with him. I
Yeah.
think they, you know, I think it. I think it, well, since he is only favored by 4, so I think it is a touchdown game. Um, and then we got Jacksonville at Houston.
Mm. Give me Houston all day.
I have to agree with you on that. I'm going
Yeah.
Houston as well. Um, let's see. Then we got the Commanders at the Arizona Cardinals.
Give me Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, please.
All right, I am gonna go Commanders.
Okay.
So,
That's a fair assessment.
um, I mean, Arizona's favored by 3. You know, over on this one's 50.5. Or no, over, yeah, 50.5. We can't stop anybody. So,
Damn.
um, I like in this game, Kyler Murray passing touchdowns. If there's a line at 1.5, I would take it.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
probably a Marvin Harrison anytime touchdown.
Hmm.
Probably a James Conner anytime touchdown. Um, so if that's something you want to look at.
I
Um,
would like a. I would like. I would almost do not almost, but I probably will a nice wide receiver parlay there. Anytime touchdown with Marvin Harrison and Scary Terry
yeah, it looks like we
because I
finally
think
got Terry McLaurin
I
involved. We learned how to, we,
yep
we got the deep ball going.
yep I think that combination is going to keep growing week after week.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Next, we got New England at San Francisco. Is this a trap game? San
Give me
Francisco's favored by 10. Give me New England to cover. Um,
Frisco gets the dub. I think Frisco gets the double in this one. So is it and it's at San Francisco?
yes,
Yeah, yeah. Give me Frisco.
I agree.
I would probably do a tease on that one. I'm probably not going to give 10 points, but I would give 4. I would do a 6 point tease and give 4 points, but I'm not giving 10.
Now, would you go 6 the other way and say New England covers 16?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, sure.
I I like that as well.
Yeah,
Um, and then we got Cleveland at the Raiders. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Give me Las Vegas. I like Vegas in a bounce back game on that one.
Okay. Vegas is favored by 2.
Both coming off very disappointing losses. Cleveland lost to the Giants, and then obviously Las Vegas lost to Carolina. But yeah, give me. I think Antonio Pierce gets them boys right, and gets the win against Cleveland at home.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I think Cleveland, just looking at the two rosters, I think has more talent than Vegas.
Oh,
So
well, on
that's
paper,
where I'm
without a
going.
doubt. Yeah, Cleveland
Um,
Cleveland's better than 90% of the league on paper.
yep. So um, next we got Kansas City at the LA Chargers. So I am gonna go KC.
Yeah, KC's going to stay undefeated, 4-0.
Yep. I think especially with I would assume um,
Herbert's
quarterback.
out,
Yeah,
most
Herbert's out.
likely.
So
Yeah.
Kansas City's favored by 8.5. I even like that. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I feel like they'll cover that. Even if the Chargers just run the ball the entire time, like maybe they might not even throw it 10 times, but even if they just ran the ball, I still think KC covers 8.5.
yeah, and then next we got Buffalo at Baltimore for the Sunday night game.
Mm.
Um, are you gonna go against your home team?
Nope.
I
Ravens get the dub at home.
All right. I'm going Buffalo.
Yeah, I knew you would. I
I
knew you
mean,
would. They're
they're
hot.
playing
They're
well
hot.
right now,
Yeah, they're playing very, very well. Yeah,
and they've
can't deny
done
that.
Buffalo. You know what I'm looking at on this is Buffalo's done a really good job at stopping the run. So I
Yeah.
think Buffalo comes out and is able to stop the run, and then the Ravens struggle.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's fair.
um,
Fair assessment. Who's the favorite in that? Buffalo, right?
Baltimore by 2.5. I think you got to take if you're a gambling man, you got to take Buffalo to cover 2.5.
Buffalo with the points. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So um, Monday night we have the old Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins.
I think Tennessee finally gets a win.
I do too. I'm glad we agree. Now the over on that one is, I believe, the lowest total of the week is 36.5.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. Good
so
lord.
it's going to be a rock fight. The Dolphins are favored by 1. So, but I think Tennessee. I think that defense is really good. Um, so we'll see. Um, all right, we both had Tennessee.
Yep.
The next Monday night game, again, we get 2 this week, is Seattle at Detroit. And Detroit is favored by 3.5.
I'll take Detroit.
Weird things have been happening on Monday night.
Can't disagree with you there.
I'm going Seattle.
Oh.
So,
Better
cool.
hope Kate doesn't see this.
Well, it's yeah, you better not
Hey,
show her.
I'm gonna tell
Adam.
her. I'm gonna tell her when she sees you on Friday.
Hey, you know, I wish them well.
I bet you do.
Don't want to ruin anything on wedding week. So,
Nah, no
um,
worries.
yeah. All right, that is week 4. So,
Like it. I like it.
that's all we got. Um, you got anything else you wanted to? Oh, I guess dad moment of the week.
Quick
Um,
dad moment. Yeah, we Doc is sitting up all on his own now, crawling on all fours now. I mean, it's just like you said, week by week, it's something new that this kid's doing. So just trying to watch, just trying to slow it down as much as I can, and just make sure I take it all in before it's gone.
yep, just enjoy it. You know, it's something
Yep.
new every day or every week. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
um,
Yep.
it's crazy how quick it flies by. Um, for me, I am gonna go with we are getting extremely close to having all of Colt's the youngest. He's 2. We're
Mm-hmm.
getting close to having him potty trained. So
Hey, let's
um,
go.
he's
Let's go.
doing good there. So we're almost done. We're I would say done with diapers. He's in pull ups now anyway. So
Love that.
um,
Love that.
we're
Let's go.
so close. And so that's my dad moment of the week. So
Love that. Love
um,
that. Way to wrap it. That's
yep,
perfect.
there we go. So
Perfect.
happy wedding week to you and Kate, and
Appreciate
I
that.
will see you all on Friday.
Yep. See you Friday, brother.
All right.
Take care.